Any questions that we have from the audience, we'll be happy to take those now. Maybe we'll take about 3 originally, and then if you respond to them all in order, I think that would help us get more questions in.
First question, Bob Ahmadadi, Center for Global Strategic Analysis, another technology question. Our company, think we have a technology that will effectively, through more efficient vehicles at about the current price for current vehicles, allow China to have the equivalent of maybe 5 million barrels a day more oil. Do you think China would ignore that vehicle efficiency technology, or would it be worthwhile given that the US may be not requiring oil and there'd be all this oil slushing around in the world markets?
Yeah. Okay, that's number one. Yeah. Thank you.
My name's Eleanor Barker. I'm from Toronto, and I gather you said you're having an interview with the BBC later. I think you should have an interview with the CBC, and I think it would be fantastic because I think China has some critical work to do in Canada, and just wondered if you have any plans to visit with Prime Minister Harper or the CBC.
Are there any other questions? Okay, and then I will throw in one more for you to answer. Is in reconciling all of these issues that you have, especially, as we heard, the trade-off between efficiency and the potential future demand, or basically, as you stated it, coordinating domestic requirements and international supplies. Will the Chinese leadership, the new leadership, enact an energy super ministry? And what would its roles be, or would that facilitate the transitions that you're talking about in your presentation?
Thank you. If you allow me, let me start with the third question first. In China, energy is a big focus, and right now there is a State Energy Bureau, which is embedded within the National Development and Reform Commission. And it also always amuses me that China calls that commission NDRC, whereas its equivalent counterpart in India is still called the State Planning Commission. But in addition to this State Energy Bureau, there is a State Energy Commission, which actually is comprised of more than 22 ministries and other government and party and military entities, including the armed forces, and including the Foreign Ministry, MOFCOM, Central Bank, etc. So even today, energy is already so important that the Chinese government has gone extraordinary length in creating an overarching commission to mobilize all the resources and all the government entities involved in this overarching entity. Eventually, the State Energy Bureau needs to be spin off into a separate ministry-level entity. It will be called the State Energy Ministry. When that will be, I do not know, but most likely it will be one of the first things that the new government, which will be formed in March 2013, they will need to do that. Mainly because in China, there are right now about 100 ministries, commissions, offices, and bureaus within the State Council framework. And sometimes it can be very unwieldy. And if you have a matter which falls purely within the purview of one ministry, that's normally easier to handle. But anything involving coordination between 2 ministries or across several ministries, it turns out to be a nightmare. So gridlock not only exists in Washington, D.C., gridlock sometimes also exists in China. So I think, and I truly hope, that there will be this independent Ministry of Energy going forward as part of the reshuffling of the new government starting in March 2013. Now, let me go to the first question about this car fuel efficiency. If you have something, I will be very happy to have a look. And if you do not have other better resources than I do, I'll be very happy to work with you. One word of caution is that if someone has a good recipe or a solution and he goes to China, sometimes he bumps into a lot of closed doors because government system is very complicated and is very different from what you are normally accustomed to in the Western countries. You need a good guide. You need a good guide dog to help you, to shepherd you around. So let's talk that in private. But I would say that anything which will help China to improve its efficiency in the use of oil and energy will be highly recommended and highly appreciated. And in China, the magic thing is that if you do have something and if you can convince the market, you have the whole country, 1.34 billion people, as a single market over there. Now, I thank you for mentioning CEC, and even though I've been to Canada many times, and many Canadian friends like my coinage of China Da, I will still need your referral to CEC, and I will be very happy to talk to the Canadian counterpart. Thank you very much.